Hey guys, Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. Today's video is going to be about internet providers and scam artists. Remember that South Park episode of Eric Cartman getting his $16 and how many cents taken and stolen by Scott Tenorman because he sold him his pubes?
May take our pride, but you'll never take my goddamn $16.12!
Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a smoke, grab onto your butts, your balls, your boobs, whatever you got, because here we go.
This is Vader Saber 1984.
That drunk guy and his bullshit opinion! Freedom of speech, bitch!
Drunk guy and his bullshit opinion.
That drunk guy and his bullshit opinion.
This drunk guy and his bullshit opinion.
This drunk dude. He thought he was gonna pay us to do you.
First things first, who is this internet provider? Who is this scam artist? None other than Optimum Internet. All right, let's start when this happened. April 16th, I get a call from my sales rep who was a door-to-door kind of guy. So I was always a little bit hesitant of, do I really trust this? Can I get a better deal online? That'll play into why this is more of a scam. So April 16th, I finally text him and say, look, can you still get me that $40, $45 a month internet that you were telling me about? He says, yes, I can. I said, all right, I get paid this coming Friday, which is the 17th. Maybe we can talk and get things set up. He goes, well, I can come by today and we can get you set up today. Install and everything. Well, I don't want to do an install because, again, I don't get paid until Friday. Oh, we won't worry about that. We'll post-date it. So he shows up and he brings a modem with him. And he says, I can get you installed right here, right now. But he has issues. Now, mind you, this guy was nice enough to cash out me $25 from his personal account to my account. And that way I could cover the initial startup. And he said, you pay me tomorrow when you get paid, which I did. And I thought that was really cool of him, very nice of him to do. His quote was, I really can use the sale before the end of the week. Should have been a big red flag. Do the Cash App, and then he gets the modem and he starts setting it up. And man, it's for like an hour. He just can't get it set up. And he says, well, we're going to have to schedule a tech installation because I can't get it. I said, how much is that going to cost? $100. I said, I'm not doing it. We can cancel everything. I'll send you back your $25. He goes, no. I'll waive the $100 fee. The only thing is it's going to be about 7 or 8 days before he can come out here. So I got to wait a whole week. That's the only day we have available. All right, we'll do it. So April 24th, which was like a Thursday or a Friday, technician comes in, no issues, but I tell him, I don't have a tech fee, right? My sales rep waived it. He goes, okay. All right, good. Yay, I have internet. Mind you, that was still 7 or 8 days that I started my initial $25 for the first month. 2 weeks later, I paid another $25, which was a startup fee for my first month's payment of $50. On the 16th, and between the 15th and 16th, that my bill is withdrawn automatically. I don't like auto pay. I don't trust it. With that first setup that he did with the old modem, I was losing connection to the internet 10, 12 times a day sometimes, where I'd have to come out here and reset the modem. And it was just getting to be too much. For a good 2 weeks, finally I said I had enough. So on one Saturday, I went to the location down the street. Hey, I get my modem, I bring it back, and I do the self-installation process. Doesn't take me but maybe an hour. No big deal. Out of nowhere, June 1st, my card was declined for a whopping $12. Remember the Eric Cartman?
I hate him, and I want to make him suffer.
So I call Optimum, and this can't be but maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, hey, why did y'all take out $164.23 or 32 cents, whatever it was?
Goddamn $16.12!
The sales rep tells me we took out this month's bill plus the $100 tech fee. Hold on. You're going to refund that immediately. That way, I can turn off auto pay on the website, and then when my bill comes on the 15th or 16th, like it should have, not 2 weeks prior, I'll pay it when it's due. Then he tells me I can't release anything. It has to go through a process. And I said, I don't care what process you got to go through. You get my money back immediately. He said, the earliest I can get it back to is going to be Wednesday. So that would be Wednesday, June 3rd. All right. You promise it's going to be there? Yes. If there's any issues, you can call us back. I said, well, I'm getting overdraft fees for everything that I purchased after you took that money out because I budgeted for that to come out on the 15th, not the 1st. If there's any more overdraft fees, you let us know, and then we'll accordingly refund you that as well. Okay. June 3rd, Wednesday, I called bright and early. There's no money in my account. I get somebody else on the line, and they transfer me to another person and another person, and you know how it goes.
I hope you die.
And they tell me that, well, technically it's going to be 3 to 5, maybe 5 to 7 business days before you're actually going to receive your refund. I said, no. He told me that I would have it Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Where's my money? Well, we could probably get it to you by Friday. I'll call Friday. Friday comes and they say, yeah, we're still waiting on a process. And it says you have a pending disconnect. I said, no, I don't. I didn't say anything about disconnection, but you're pissing me off enough. I'm going to. So I called Friday the 5th, and I'm getting kind of annoyed because I have to get pushed to another lady who then tells me we can't release a refund until the disconnect notice on your account is stopped. Said I never asked to be canceled. This was supposed to be taken care of 3 days ago. Well, they didn't do it. Well, ma'am, can you please take that off there and start my refund process? Yes. Then she tells me to call Wednesday on the 10th, which I do. And they transfer me from here to there. Guess what? Still no money. They tell me it's going to be another 7 to 10 business days. And at this point, I'm like, look, y'all are telling me it's going to be the 3rd, the 5th, and then now y'all are telling me the 10th, and then now y'all are telling me it's going to be another 7 to 10 business days. Somebody's lying to me, and I want to speak to a manager. So I get this lady who's now been on my case ever since the 10th. And she tells me, I will call you on the 12th. And I said, all right. And she said, if not, I'll call you on the 15th, which is today. Nope, no money. Not at 8:30 when my bank opened, not at 9:30. They called at 10 a.m. and proceeds to tell me that there was a disconnection of my account in process and in place. Yeah, I know. I told them to remove that on the 10th. Well, since the 10th, it's going to take 7 to 10 business days. And I said, it's the 15th. That is unacceptable. And I said, I don't care what you have to do. We're not doing this. All right. It started on the 1st. Here it is on the 15th. There's 2 weeks. You could have my money back. She says, was it a card? Was it bank account? I tell her it was the card. And so she starts getting my information from the card, giving me false fucking hope. And I'm thinking, all right, give it maybe by the end of the day, early next business day. Nope. This broad tells me it is going to be another 2 weeks before I get my refund. I said, absolutely unacceptable. No. I understand your frustration. I understand. Lady, you don't understand the half of it. You don't understand my frustration about what I want to fucking do to every single one of these people I talk to.
You fucked with the wrong hillbilly.
I said, lady, I tell you what, but you have until Friday to have my money back in my account, or I will be canceling my account with Optimum. On the 29th, I will be pressing legal charges. So June 17th, I'll give an update, or June 19th. Here it is, Wednesday the 17th, the day of my threat to begin. Guess what happened? I got $164.34 back into my account, refunded from Optimum Internet. Now, is this to say, yes, this is a happily ever after, a story? No. Yes, I'm glad that they were good enough to finally get my money to me. However, there is still no acceptable reason for it to have happened. Well, might as well say, Travis, quit your bitching. You got your money back. Yeah. Are you going to continue service with Optimum? Well, they mess up again. No. I logged into my account today and noticed, hey, all right, it's time to pay the bill. Are there any late fees, anything like that? No, because I tried to pay it today, but it says I have a zero balance. Now, where's my worry there? Who's to say in a couple days they go ahead and charge me for this month's bill and slap on a late fee? Now, while I was on the phone with them today, would it have been the nice, right thing for me to do is say, oh, by the way, how am I supposed to pay this month's bill because y'all refunded it and it's not showing that y'all need the bill paid this month? Well, hey, if they don't catch it, that's on them. Sorry about you. I still would not suggest anybody to do any business with Optimum. Reason for it is there are lawsuits pending against Optimum. Several thousand people complaining. There's even a Facebook page. Obviously, it's not only me just complaining about my one little issue. Still, do not do business with Optimum. They could have had this fixed day one, June 1st. But it has been mess up over mess up over mess up over mess up. I'll stick it out until I have to, but do not do business with Optimum Internet. Till next video, guys, this is Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. Take care of yourselves and peace. You fucked me over out of me paying my bills. I'm gonna fuck you over. Sue me for fucking dogs. But damn, you're white. Yeah, I know. I got my money back, bitches.